voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ, or Iglesia ni Cristo.
You're watching INCRadio.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of INCRadio, Central Valley, California. Have you ever had dreams and aspirations to start your own business, or even wondered what the perspective was like for small business owners? Well, today we're going to break down how to start and grow a business, stay in the game, and share the real story of how this journey begins. Because everyone was definitely made for their own. Joining with me today is Joy and Floyd Lahia, and Gonzalo and Estelle Vargas. Say hi, everyone. We want to thank everyone for the both of you joining us on our show today, and we're very excited to hear the experiences of starting a business and knowing what the ins and outs are like in your journey in becoming entrepreneurs. Pardon me. And so, to begin, actually, before we start, as usual, if you haven't already done so, please continue to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can stay tuned to everything INCRadio, Central Valley, California. And like we promised from last week, we're going to go ahead and read the best comment of the week last week, and for this winner to get a prize that will be determined later on as the shows go by. And so, from last week, from William Enriquez, the comment of the week goes, learn from it and move on. It makes us stronger every time we fall and get up and face that challenges in life. I think this speaks volumes to even our episode today, where businesses and maintaining a business definitely means you have to keep going no matter what circumstances come in life. And so, to begin our show for today, I'm going to go ahead and introduce Gonzalo and Estelle and their business, Vargas Design Studios. Gonzalo, how are you doing?
Hey, Mark. Thank you for having us. We're doing great. Here from Bakersfield, California. It's great to be on, and it's kind of cool to be able to, give the information of what we do. And thank you for asking us to be on as well.
And thank you, Gonzalo and Estelle, for joining us. We were definitely excited to learn more about your business. And so, what does Vargas Design Studio do?
So, Vargas Design Studio is it's an all-inclusive print company. We are a family print company, but we print a wide range of products. We do screen printing, pad printing, all the new stuff as well. We do DTF, DTG. We also do sublimation. Aside from apparel and hard good products, we also offer paper products. We do high-speed copying for low volume and large volume as well, color and black and white. And we also offer blueprint copying as well, large format for blueprinting. I'm not sure if I mentioned banner printing. The list goes on. There's a lot of things that we offer to a wide range of partner base. They are customers, but we're a partnership working together.
And so, what inspired you to start your business? Was there any moment in particular that made you say I want to start my own printing company?
Right. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's a neat journey. Like all good stories, once upon a time, long time ago, my uncle and I started a magazine actually in San Maria, California. And it was a spin-off from another business that we had. And after a couple of magazines, we kind of did the math and we said, hey, we could print this on our own if we get our own equipment and learn the print process. And that kind of started that led us through the door into the print industry. And it's kind of funny for me to say it, but 36 years later, here I am with my family and my wife, who's of course printing still.
And it's amazing how one thing leads to another, and inspiration comes in many forms, right? And you were definitely inspired to do this form of service to the community, right? And so, do you have any examples that you want to share with everyone available, or not at the moment?
You know what? Let me see if this will show up. I'm drinking my coffee right now. Let's see if this will show up.
Oh wow, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So every time somebody asks us to do a project, I like to, for example, jerseys. I don't. That's what I have right now at my desk. For example, jerseys. I always print a jersey for myself, even though I'm not from that particular local, just as an honor to be able to do work for different organizations. But I do have a lot around. I didn't bring any on, but just to give you an idea, the neat little clip that you played at the beginning with all of the CFO day waving at us, we printed all of those shirts for all of the people.
Yes, I knew that. I just wanted to make sure that everyone else now that's tuned
Yeah.
in knows that every time you see those beautiful banners, it is also a part of the work of Vargas Design Studios.
That's right. Thank you.
And so, Gonzalo, now I want to go ahead and ask. We've heard the beautiful come up of your company and the amazing experiences that come with helping those make their dreams come to life, right? But of course, there's challenges along the way. And so we wanted to know, what were some of those challenges that came, and how did you overcome some of those challenges?
Yeah. So at my younger age, the challenges were staying focused, understanding that your partnership base or your customers are just that, your partners in your success. So I would say that the learning curve of not just the print industry, but the business industry. But now in today's time, just keeping up with the newer technologies, more efficient technologies so that you can provide a wider range for a wider range of customers as well. Not being specific, but offering more. But those were the challenges in the beginning. Still today, you have little bumps in the road, but with experience, you're able to overcome them rather quickly.
Now, a key part of having a successful business is definitely the communication aspect of it, whether that be internally or coordinating with your customer base, right? So how is that? How has communication helped your company grow, and how have you learned to either communicate better with like your customer base or even communicating internally with your team?
Yeah, so communication, and not just the communication part, but the clarity of the communication. They play a major role in maintaining a business or even just in the general workforce. But for the business side of it, for myself and my wife, deadlines, exact requests, sizings, these are just a few things that we communicate with our partners so that we can narrow down the specific needs of our partners. We use a lot of different avenues of communication, email, text, social media, even speaking through a phone. Can you believe that? Also. Old school communication. But those are just a few of the methods that we use to stay in touch and communication with our partners.
Are there any like strategies that you use as a small business to try to get the word out? Aside from like, maybe the cold calls, right? What are some things that have worked for you in terms of getting the news out there for your business?
Yeah, what's great, Mark, is that since we've been printing for quite some time, we do have a pretty committed and dependable partnership with a lot of our clients that we have. But as far as taking on new clients, social media does help us quite a bit in promoting and posting any projects that we may have done where somebody might ask, "Hey, I didn't even know you did that," where we may have been doing it for 20 years, but then now here they come. So social media in today's world plays a pretty significant role in what we do.
And so to end this segment, right? So we now understand the beginning of the journey, understanding what it took to in order to maintain that with great communication and establishing that community, especially when it comes to the social media aspect, and even just regular phone calls and keeping in connection with your customers in that way. So we wanted to know if there was one piece of advice you can give to our audience today. What would that be? What was that one piece of advice you can give to everyone that wants to start their journey in becoming entrepreneurs?
I would say that the most important thing, or an important part, is planning. You need to make sure you have a good plan. Um, if you want to start, or if you've started and things aren't working out for you, take the time to step back, plan it out, work it out on a piece of paper, so that you have a road to your success, rather than just trying to freestyle it all the way through. Planning will always give you success.
And Gonzalo, I think you said it very well. Definitely, with every great business comes a great strategy, and when a great strategy comes great execution, and all the more it takes a lot of experience and persistence to be able to do what you want and to be able to fulfill the dream that you want. And so, for everyone, please, if you can, go ahead and follow at Vargas Design Studios on Instagram, and also if you ever want to order anything from Vargas Design Studios, feel free to let Gonzalo or even Estelle know, and they'll be more than happy to help you out with whatever needs they have. Gonzalo and Estelle, thank you so much for joining the show.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks for
guys.
having us.
And so now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to hand it to Terry to go ahead and read some comments from the YouTube chat. Terry, what's going on?
Hey, Mark, can you hear me okay?
I can. What's going on in our YouTube chat land right now?
Yes, the chat is going berserk over here. So we have one out of the country here from Alan Saracho viewing from Singapore East, Singapore District. We also have another person here, Mario Oka. Good day here in the Philippines and enjoy watching here on the INCRadio Central Valley, California satellite studio. Greetings from the locale of Brixtonville district of Caloocan North. Thank you so much, Mario. And also another, we have Nestor Dineros. Good evening, brethren. Watching from the locale of Santa Maria. Keep it up po. Hello, brother Gonzalo and sister Estelle po. And then we have all our other, of course, our viewers. Vanity Bonavista says hello. RJ de Guzman from Riverbank. And we have, of course, Jomar Davis from Fresno, our Anna Hambach from Arosi, and others. We have also our, of course, I want to say hello to Karudi. Hello po. And Caitlin. Hi, Caitlin. And there's many more, but I will bring it back to you now, Mark.
Thank you, Terry. And of course, for everyone, so we can get the chat going, right? Let's go ahead and answer this question of the day. What is your favorite type of business that you like to go to? For me, I can always love going to a good pizza joint, because whenever I go into a pizza place, you can always smell the fresh pizza and then expect a very warm and exciting welcome to a local family that makes a really good pizza. Okay? And like we said too, be sure to leave a comment so that way for the next show, you too could be our comment of the week. And you too can earn a prize that we're going to be mentioning later down in the line. And so to continue with our show, we're gonna go ahead and act and showcase another couple of businesses here owned by our very own Joy and Floyd Laha. Floyd and Joy, how are you guys doing?
We're doing good, Mark. Thank you for having us here in our show.
And thank you for joining us on our show today. We're very excited to be able to showcase your businesses and to be able to share with everyone the businesses that you currently have. And so, Joy, Floyd, actually, I'll start with you, Joy. So, what is your business about, and what is the name of your business?
Um, right now, I just have a small cake business, and I name it Cake Joy.
And
Yeah,
so, what do you do? Do you like make cakes for just like birthday parties, or is it just so? Is this you do it for like big events?
yeah. Any cake that the client wants, a big or small event, a birthday party, or a birthday for kids or adults, like that. Anything, the desserts, like that.
What inspired you to want to start a cake business, Joy?
Um, I just uh I just realized to myself that this is my passion. I don't know, but it started just I just do baking some bread like that, and then all of the sudden I just start watching like videos of making cakes, baking and decorating cakes like that, making some desserts, and then all of a sudden I slowly buy some um, supplies or like um,
Materials.
materials or things that I need to use to make a certain cake or like that. So it all started like there's like a certain occasion in chapel, and then I'm thinking, what should I bring? It's like a potluck, and then um yeah, so I grabbed the ingredients, and then I made a small cake, and then I brought it to the chapel, and then yeah, so the brethren
We fix it.
taste it, and then they said, "Oh, this is good. Why don't you like make this as a business like that?" And then so it's all started like that. So I think that, oh yeah, then I pursue it, and then yeah, so every day I watch some videos, Instagram, like on YouTube, on how to make the cake.
And that's how it always starts, right, Joy? It's always like a passion project at first, and then all of a sudden it becomes something even bigger than that. And we're really happy to hear that it became a passion and then a business. So congrats to you on that, Joy. Floyd, let's go to you. What is your business about?
Our business po is residential care for facility. It's for the elderly. So it caters for the needs of the elderly, um, helping them in their everyday living. And then we have facility close to our house. That's where we have the business po.
And so, what inspired you both to have not only a baking business, but a healthcare business at the same time? What's the inspiration behind that?
So what inspire us po is when we are still young, when we're in the Philippines, our parents have small business too. And then from then we are getting to know like having a business of our own someday, because as a member of the church, as officers in the church, what they want, what they are, the challenge is the time to perform their duties. So over there it's really challenging if you have your own boss, if you have your boss with you and then stopping you from performing. But if you have your own business, it won't stop you from doing the things in the church as well as doing your business as well. So over here, being a nurse by profession, it started when I'm doing home health, and then at that time, I visited a client, and it happens that that facility owner is selling her business. So me and Kajoy talk about it, and we plan on it and said, how, what if we get that facility and then someday we're able to free up our time so that we have more time in performing our duties. At the same time, it will help us in our financial needs and also for our family.
And that's such a beautiful thing to hear, Floyd, because it all started with just doing your day-to-day job, and then all of a sudden the opportunity came, and both of you sat down, talked about it, and then made the dream become a reality. And so we wanted to know, of course, that doesn't just happen for everyone, and these situations come and go. But a big key of that, though, is still reaching out and asking those questions, especially to the one that was selling the facility. So how big of a part was communication during that time, especially in the beginning stages of your businesses? How much of an impact did communication go for you and your business?
Well, communication plays a vital role in starting up the business because as a new one, you don't know what to do. So communicating with the clients that you have, asking them, um, their needs, and also if they're satisfied with the care that you provide, and also for the family as well. Um, there's also time that they give us a phone call, text messages, things like that. Challenges also on those care staff that you have because problems may arise anytime, and that is the challenge, the really challenge thing. So we have to plan way ahead for the scheduling and also for the everyday errands of the facility. So you get to get ahead of the game, and you don't have to worry about um, at the end of the day that you don't have this and that, and as well as time management. You have to manage your own time, um, because it's all divided. You should have your time with your family, have time for the church, and you also have time for your business.
And you mentioned it very well, Floyd, that it really is about how we're able to divide and prioritize the important things in life. And of course, those priorities are different for people from people to people. But then for us, obviously our church responsibilities are important, and then everything else just comes after that. So it's awesome to hear that you're able to balance everything, especially when it comes to having multiple businesses and potentially everything that you have to do with family, friends, and church. So we wanted to know as well, what's that communication like between you and Joy? Both being husband and wife, and also business owners in this venture. What's that communication like in balancing out everything that's going on?
So it serves for us like a team effort because me and Kajoy have their own things to do in every day. So we make sure that we communicate as well, giving advice. For example, if she's asking me advice for the cakes that she wants to do and the inputs and things like that. If I have problems at the facility, I would ask for the advice also, so we can come out with a good plan because it's hard to do it by your own or yourself. It would be best or easier if there's more people, if you have a partner that will help you out in making decision and doing things and helping you out in the different aspects of the business.
And so before we end this segment as well, Joy or Floyd, if you could, what's one piece of advice that you'd want to give to our viewers today that want to start their business but are kind of, being a little bit hesitant about starting their own business?
So our advice po is uh, follow your passion, what you really like to do, because it's not only, we look at it as not like a job, because at the end of the day you'll be happy if you follow what your heart wants you, and then And then also try to have set up a prayer or devotional prayer, because God is the one who help us succeed in all the plans that we have. We cannot do it on our own, especially in times like this that's really challenging. He's the one who will provide us with everything that we need. And then the aspect is just the business. And then in return, we're always asking him to the business that we have will hinder us in performing our duties.
Lloyd, Joy, thank you so much for joining us on the show. For everyone that's tuned in, please go ahead and find on social media Cake Joy. Is that right?
Yes.
Cakes Joy. Please do so. I know in the comment section they're actually asking if you make tres leche cake. So then I love tres leche cake. So maybe Joy, if you want to make that for your next order. But we thank you both for joining us on the show and for sharing with us your businesses and for inspiring everyone here to do the same. And so before we close the show, I'm just going to read a couple of comments from our chat as well. I'm reading a bunch of different comments. So from Aiko Guzman, teamwork makes the dream work. And Himbach is mentioning cake with tea. You know, that actually sounds like a very lovely combination. From Randall Hernandez, mango flavored cake. You know, I wasn't a fan of mango until this year, guys. So just saying, I never liked mango until now. And so, and of course, and tres leche is a very common theme here that we have in the chat. And of course, ice cream cake. Yeah, and I'm about to grab me some cake after the show. And so to end that, we want to go ahead and thank everyone that's tuned in for tonight's show. We thank you for the support that you always have for INCRadio, Central Valley, California. We also want to thank our leaders, Brother Wally Tarai, our INCRadio station manager, to our CEBSI president and CFO coordinator, Brother Angelo Arano Vimanalo, and of course, to our very own executive minister, Brother Eduardo Vimanalo. Thank you so much, Paul, for everything that you do, for guiding us in the way that we perform our duties, and allowing us to have programs like this. And so, with that being said, thank you for tuning in to INCRadio, Central Valley, California. We hope to see you again very soon. Take care, everyone.
Sa iglesia sila ay nagmamahal. Sa aming iyong